Up until this point, I've mostly reviewed mid-range and upper mid-range wireless headsets, which admittedly is my happy place, but I recognise that some people just want something simple that sounds good enough with a mic that also won't cost a fortune. Now, the entry level of gaming headsets might just be the most confusing because it's packed to the rafters with absolute shit. No joke, a quick search on Amazon, AliExpress or any gaming store will flood your screen with a ton of cheap and nasty crap. I don't think a budget headset should inherently be cheap and nasty. Most of the expensive headsets come with a long list of features, and if you were to strip them out, that would leave you with something that's basic but still covers the fundamentals. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the JBL Quantum 100. This is JBL's entry-level headset. It's a simple wired headset that covers the fundamentals, and if you're in the market for an affordable solution to get you up and running with online gaming, this might be what you're looking for. First off, there are three versions of the Quantum 100. There's the base model, the 100X, and the 100P, which I have here. The only difference between them is the color. Otherwise, the features and sound quality across all three is identical. Being the entry-level model, the Quantum 100 is light on features. You get 40mm drivers, which are smaller than the typical 50mm you get with the rest of the range, a detachable mic, a volume dial, and a mute button. It's not just light on features, it's lightweight too, at 220 grams. When you take out things like batteries, lights, and Bluetooth, it's amazing how light something like this can actually be. The Quantum 100 almost feels like wearing nothing compared to other headsets. The headband, yokes, and ear cups are all made out of plastic and are extremely flexible. This combined with the weight means that there's minimal clamping pressure or any kind of pressure on top from the headband. I've seen a couple of reviews that complain that they're too tight, but that's definitely not been my experience. The ear cushions are made out of memory foam and what I'm guessing is some kind of synthetic leather. Normally this can be a hot combination, but I don't find this an especially hot headset, even after long sessions. I think the lightweight construction helps to dissipate heat. Ear cup depth is 25mm, although it feels like a lot less than that because of how much they compact. My ears don't touch the drivers, but this might be an issue for people with large ears. The cable is a standard 3.5mm connection, and you get 1.2 meters or just under 4 feet in length. This makes them compatible with anything that has a standard 3.5mm audio output. The only thing that's worth noting here is that it's not detachable. Not something that I'd normally need in my setup, except that I do have a cat that loves chewing cables. So the option to replace it would be ideal, as I feel like it's only a matter of time. Now, as comfortable as they are, I will say that the construction doesn't feel rock solid. There's plenty of flex and extension in the headband, and the ear cups rotate 180 degrees, but the plastic is very thin. It stands up to the stretch test well enough, but I still don't think you'd want to be too rough with them. As far as sound quality is concerned, you can't expect much in this price range, but that said, the 100 is still very capable. I was surprised at how neutral sounding it is compared to the other headsets in the JBL Quantum range. Everything from the Quantum 200 up has a characteristically warm sound, which makes the 100 an outlier, and this is probably a result of having smaller drivers. If you've heard anything else from the Quantum range, this is a pretty different experience. I personally like a less coloured sound, but if you prefer the V-shaped sound signature of JBL's other headsets, you might want to look into the Quantum 200. Imaging is pretty damn good for a budget headset, and if you play a lot of online competitive games, this will fit that use case perfectly. Picking out individual sounds is easy and there's a good sense of space. They don't sound bad for music either. They're certainly not going to replace a dedicated pair of headphones, but if this is what your budget extends to and you want something that you can use for both gaming and music, the Quantum 100 will definitely stand up to the task. Again, the flatter sound signature may not be to everyone's taste, but overall they work well enough with everything I've tried. One area they don't excel in, that other closed-back headsets generally do, is noise isolation. The Quantum 100 just doesn't cut out the outside world like you'd expect from a closed-back headset or headphone. This means that they're not ideal for gaming in loud spaces, and you will find that sound leakage limits their use outside. This relates both to outside sounds coming in, and also to what you're listening to disturbing those around you.
The microphone is detachable and it uses a button to mute. It's a basic design that allows you to easily mold it to the position you want. The sound quality, which you're listening to now, definitely caught me off guard for a budget headset. I kind of expected it to sound a lot cheaper than it does, and sure, while it's a bit muffled and it doesn't rival some of the more expensive headsets, it's a solid performer for party chat. This is critical in a budget headset because this is the main reason to buy a headset over a pair of headphones or IEMs at this price point.
At the recommended retail price of $59.95 Australian, the JBL Quantum 100 gets a lot of things right. They work well with both gaming and music, they're comfy, and the mic is surprisingly good. It has a couple of shortcomings such as the lack of noise isolation and the overall construction feeling a bit flimsy. Still, they're a great option if you need an affordable and lightweight headset for voice chat.